It is ShanaJaye here. Welcome to the channel if you are new and this is your first time watching. And hey to TeamShanic if you have been here for a while. Or just to catch you guys up. Prior to moving into our new home, you know, Eric and I were really transitioning to and setting ourselves up financially to really retire early. So I was going to be transitioning into being a work from home. I already work from home, but a housewife basically would be the best term, meaning I don't work officially with like the company that I work for now. And Eric is fully capable of taking care of all of us, you know, on his salary and for what he does. But also, you know, I shared with you guys before that I was a single mom pretty much my whole life. You guys, I had Shania at 20. And I basically, you know, grew with her, went to college with her, you know, learned life with her, and learned myself with her. You know, I never really was able to do those things first, and then I also did not, you know, get married first, you know, the traditional, we are traditional, I am traditional way of, you know, get married first and have children. So I was taking care of us by myself, you know, still had my parents. I would still kind of try to handle things myself, you know, because I needed to see what I was made of, you know what I mean? And, you know, because I had this little person dependent on me. So it was not, I was never that run home to my mom all the time, but they were definitely very supportive. Always, what do you need, what do you need, we got you, you know, my mom and my dad. So, but you know, I would always most of the time say, you know, I'm okay, I'm good, and then I would tell them like after the fact, and then they would be upset with me because why did you put yourself through that? We have what you need, just ask us, you know. And it was just me, you know, I'm just that type of person. I'm just that type of person. So all of that to say, you know, now that I have a husband who is successful and, you know, is willing and able to take care of me and Shania, when he says things like, babe, you know, you don't have to work, I got you, we're okay, we're good, or whatever the case may be, I'm just like, okay, you know, I don't have no problem spending no money, okay? I don't have no problem spending money, okay? That definitely created a lot of highs and lows when I was single, okay? You feel me? But now that I am getting my whole life together, you know what I'm saying? You know, and him saying that, I really appreciate that. I really, you know, he is definitely a blessing from God. You guys, I don't even think I deserve him, to be honest with you, because he is awesome. You know, he's just awesome. But, you know, I just feel like I still want to contribute. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't just be home. You know, we don't have small children. You know, our daughter is 18 years old. And so being an at-home, stay-at-home mom for me is not like the typical stay-at-home mom or the definition of a stay-at-home mom with a woman who has little ones. You know what I'm saying? So me just sitting at home doing nothing is not in me, and there's no reason for me not to be doing anything. So I'm stepping up my game, you know, with getting my blog back together. I pretty much I've had a blog, we have a store, but I just have not been managing it really actively. So I'm going to get back into that. But you know, I want to do something. I want to have, you know, we need to diversify. Here's a great way. I am diversifying our portfolio. You know, you need to have multiple streams of income. right now, it's not broken up. That pie chart is not broken up enough for me to feel comfortable enough to exit corporate America, okay, and continue the lifestyle that we have now. Pre-Hawaii, basically us getting married, we used to travel so much, and it only slowed down because of an accident that I had, and also us moving last year. So we want to get back to that, you know what I'm saying? But we have other priorities. Case in point, you know, the house, you know, I want to do stuff in the house, decorate, but we also, the highest priority is tithing for church and saving even more money. We have some other responsibilities coming up too, you know, down the pipeline, which includes NYIA starting college this year. We have to pay for that. We're not doing no student loans because I do not want her starting off in debt. And even if she does a student loan, it would be for the purposes of a life training type situation. Like, we're still going to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I'm just, you know, doing some things. Just doing some things. So, put it down in the comments if you were rooting for Georgia or Alabama. No, only put down in the comments if you were rooting for Georgia, because y'all might hurt my husband's feelings. No, but seriously, yeah, that was a crazy game. So yeah, that's it. I guess I'll see you guys a little bit later. Bye.
New Year's resolution go to waste. Join on any membership plan for only $1 at a workout anytime.
Hey you guys, happy Monday. How are you doing on this fine Monday afternoon? Good, I trust. Guys, sometimes throughout the course of the day, you know, I'm just working and thinking and working. And today went by super fast, by the way. Like, I was busy, you know, some, you know, pretty cool stuff for the most part. You know, you gotta like your job, even if you know, work in corporate America or whatever. Like, one would assume that you got into a profession or to a skill set because there was something about that skill set that you like. So with me in analytics and math, is definitely stuff that I enjoy, parts I enjoy. So today just kind of moved along, you know, no drama, despite Monday metrics coming in kind of weird, but other than that, it was good. But anyway, my point was, throughout the course of the day, I think of a lot of stuff, and some of that stuff I'm like, well, you know, if I'm in the car and I'm vlogging, let me talk to my people about it. So today, I'm in the car and I'm thinking, let me talk to my people about it. So today, one of the things that kind of had me, you know, welling up a little bit was just thinking about, you know, how God just wants to chase you. God wants a relationship with all of us, and it's a beautiful thing. And the reason why marriage is always the metaphor is because it's a relationship that is a choice. It involves the emotion, what we consider the emotion of love, but more importantly, it involves the choice of love. You know what I'm saying? Loving somebody is doing the right thing by them, for them, and to them, no matter how you feel in that moment. You know what I'm saying? You can be upset with your spouse. You can be upset with your mother, your father, anyone you claim to love, but you still do the right thing on their behalf. You know what I mean? And we do that a lot of times for our family members, but we don't extend that to strangers or our neighbor or our brother, as it's put in the Bible. So, you know, God coming after you, even though you don't necessarily love God, or you don't feel like God loves you, but the action of your love, the action of God's love, what he does for you, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, is there. So that's one thing. And then, like, the love of a father, like God's love is compared to the love of a father. And you know, again, I started welling up a little bit because I was thinking about the story of like Jonah and the whale, and like, or Jonah and the fish. For those like, oh, a man can't fit in a whale's body because their stomach, blah blah blah, whatever. Jonah and the fish. More importantly about the story of Jonah and the fish is that God sent him to do something and he ran away. He was like, I don't want to do what you asked me to do. So he literally tried to run away from God. But you can't outrun God. And God will chase you. God chased him. God chased him. So you think about a father's love, you know, a good father, think about good fathers, because we're not talking about bad fathers. Like, that's what's wrong with our world. It starts with the family, and it starts with the, you know, symbol of what God is like. It's supposed to start at the head of household. The man is supposed to be, you know, the priest, the covering of a family. And, you know, that's not to say anything about what women's roles are, that, you know, women are less than men. That's not what that's about. It's just about setting an example of what God's love looks like. So going back to Jonah, and Jonah trying to leave, Jonah feeling like God is asking him to do something that he doesn't want to do, or something that, you know, he shouldn't have to do, and God chasing him, running him down and saying, no, this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to abandon you, and I'm not going to let you abandon me. That's a father. That's a father. Think about a son or a daughter who's gone astray. And, you know, it's a lot of parables in the Bible, like the prodigal son or whatever. But, I mean, we don't really see that in some of the Old Testament stories until we just stop and think about it. You know, like, if your son or daughter went astray or felt like you were withholding something from them, but the only thing you were trying to do was protect them and keep them safe. You know, maybe you were a little strict, maybe you were a little protective, but at the end of the day, you were doing things out of love for your son or daughter, and your son or your daughter ran away or got into it with a bad crowd. If, you know, as your father, I'm gonna go find you. I'm gonna go to that party that you're at that I know you shouldn't be at. I'm gonna go to that part of town where, you know, you're working a job that I don't feel you need to be working because, you know, you feel like you got to get money because the world says you got to get money, or whatever it is you're doing. I'm going to come after you. I'm your father. I'm going to come after you, right? And that's what God does for us. He comes after us, you know. So the last thing is, like, the reason why that was on my head, or that those thoughts were in my head the way they were, is because me and wifey saw a movie called The Mountain Between Us. And my bae gets kind of emotional when she sees movies like that. So, not to spoil any of the movie, but that same love where you know that someone's coming for you, or someone's not going to leave you, someone's not going to forsake you, someone's not going to let you down. Like, we're in this together. Like, bae was feeling that. She was feeling that in that movie, you know. But it all goes back to the example of love, the example where love comes from, the, you know, originator of love, where love flows. You know, it's just amazing. So, you know, that was one of the thoughts in my head. So I hope you guys can get down with that. Love, 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 love. Love, the choice of love. You know, and one thing we do in our society is we try to put love in different buckets, not knowing that we're weakening love when we do that. There's no such thing as, oh, I love my family a certain way. I love women a certain way. I love, you know, food a certain way. When we're talking about relationships and we're talking about people, what we are supposed to do is love our neighbor as ourselves. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But what we do in society is we add this layer of romance, which is really something that came out of, like, the Renaissance, Greek, Roman, Aphrodite, you know, romanticized poetry, era of history where we associate love with romance, and more dangerously, we associate love with sex. And it's so not that. Love is doing for someone. Love is doing for someone and thinking of someone before you think of yourself, right? And doing that because it's the right thing, not because you want something in return, not because you want them to go out on a date with you, not because you want them to marry you, not even because you know, yeah, it's just, I mean, I can't even say it better than Paul said. It's like, love does not insist upon itself, you know what I'm saying? Patient, kind, all that stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, love. But yeah, you guys, you know me, when I get in the car, I got a ways to go before I get back to my side of town, so I just start rambling about stuff. The other thing I guess we can talk about is an offshoot of what another YouTuber was talking about supporting other YouTubers, specifically black, but not limited to black YouTubers. Do we support each other or not? And my response to that was, you know, YouTube is a medium, YouTube is a forum like any other channel, and you know, we support people based on merit. We don't go in folks' comments saying sub for sub. If you do that, that's fine. I'm not saying don't do that, because you know, one of the things people say is a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So if you don't ask, it won't happen. But what we do ask, you know, you see it in the little thing where it says subscribe, like that's when we ask. We ask you in our video. We don't go in other people's comments and do sub for sub. But again, if that's what you do, that's fine. My point is that it's just like watching television. It's just like watching, you know, Blackish or Blue Bloods or whatever. You know, like, we enjoy the show, we support the show. We don't feel like we have to support Tom Selleck because Tom Selleck came to our bar mitzvah, you know, when we were 13, and my aunt's cousin is friends with Anthony Anderson or whatever. You know, we like the show, we support the show. Anything else, you guys? Anything else you want to talk about? Let me know. You can let me know in the comments. I'll get in my car on the way back one day, and we can just dive into it. It's no problem at all. I love talking to you guys. You guys get me to think. And what I like to do is I always think about the possibilities. I think about things as they should be first, and then work my way back to how things are and what it would take to fill in the gaps. So like, a lot of times it's like, you know, like, people wouldn't do it, including myself. I'm not excluding myself. But you know, what would it take to end homelessness, or to say, you know, this far, no further, when it comes to something like that, you know? It would take a lot. And even people who have the power, the influence to do it, if you really think about it, they only do a fraction of what they can, because they can't afford to put everything on the line, because people have stuff to lose. People have families, they have, you know, material possessions. They can't literally lay their lives on the line to say, okay, we know that drug dealing is happening on this corner. A community leader takes multiple like-minded folks and say, you know what, this isn't going to happen in our neighborhood. They go into the, you know, of course they follow the normal protocol first. They try to stop it through the cops, they try to stop it through whatever, but it doesn't happen. So then they go to the corner, you know, 50, 100 strong, saying this is our neighborhood, we're not going to allow this, you know, and put the people who are doing the wrong stuff, who also live in the neighborhood most of the time, on notice. Like, look, we're not trying to kick you out of the neighborhood. We want you to be a productive member of our neighborhood, but we won't stand for this in our neighborhood. Like, you know, there's power in numbers, and there's there's definitely power when people can be galvanized around a leader. You know, today's MLK Day, so a lot of that comes from, you know, that tradition, the tradition of civil rights and that kind of stuff. But, you know, if that would have happened in real life, you know, and the Black Panthers did stuff like that. They had, you know, meal programs and stuff like that. You know, they weren't as radical as people want to make them out to be. People only remember, you know, the fact that they believed in arming themselves against police and authority figures who could inflict harm, direct harm on them and kill them. You know what I mean? So, well, I don't know. I'm just trying to present an alternative to what currently happens, you know. So anyway, going back to the scenario, you get a couple leaders, maybe 2 or 3 guys saying, no, we won't stand for this. They go to the corner to confront the drug dealers. They have to be fully prepared to get shot and die for that cause that day, you know. And so many of us, and again, not excluding myself, we're not willing to do that because we got daughters, we got wives, we got jobs. We put it on politicians, we put it on police officers, we put it on everybody else to do stuff for our community or on our behalf. But we don't sell out 100% for things that are right. You know what I mean? We sell out sometimes 100% for things that aren't right. But that's another rabbit hole that I won't go down. But yeah, what else? What else you got? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Okay, yeah. So, football season's over for me. I mean, you guys, first off, I'm okay. My back is okay. I think I said that in another video. You know, I goof around, and that's, you know, it doesn't help being plus size right now. But the positive to being built like a bowling ball is that, you know, I'm pretty sturdy. I'm pretty sturdy right now. So I'm okay. My back is okay. All things are good. But yeah, season's over for me. You guys saw what happened to Georgia. If you follow the NFL, you saw that the Falcons couldn't score more than 10 points with that offense that averaged 35 points a game last year, but they couldn't score more than 10 points this year, and their defense held Philadelphia to 15 points. You know, that's all I'm gonna say about that. You know, we're at the point in the year where if you're not playing a game right now, moves are about to be made, or moves are being made in terms of personnel. If you're not playing a game right now, i.e. in the playoffs, still alive in the playoffs, teams are looking to hire and fire. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that means for Atlanta. Maybe because we just hired Sark, he's safe for right now. But to go from a 35-point per game team to a team, I think that's around like 20, like a 10-point per game drop. And it's some of the plays, you guys, and this is the problem. You know, I fully understand that, you know, these guys been working in this field for probably longer than I've been alive. But I could have drawn a better play in the sand than what was called in that Falcons game for the final play of that game. No lie. I guarantee you, you know, but what happened. What is, it's just a game. So I'm good. You know, usually when my teams are out, the last game I watch is Super Bowl. Like, I didn't watch the afternoon games on Sunday. I had parking lot duty, first of all, by the way. So I couldn't get back in time if I even wanted to. But, you know, it gives you more time to do stuff like that that's, you know, more important and gets you out of the house, not in front of some TV. But yeah, so you know, I'll probably just chill out until the Super Bowl, whoever's doing the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's it. What else? We talked about love. We talked about supporting other YouTubers and shout outs. We talked about football. I think that's all I got right now, you guys. I think that's all I got. So I will talk to you guys later. It's always a pleasure. Love you guys. Peace.